Gainesville, Florida, Texas A&M had to use yet another fourth-quarter comeback, but the Aggies came out with a 19-17 win at Florida on Saturday evening. In a battle of freshman quarterbacks, A&M's Kellen Mond came up a bit bigger late in the game than Florida's Feleipe. Down by 2, Franks tried to lead the Gators to a game-winning drive with less than a minute left. However, sophomore linebacker Tyrel Dodson sealed the win by picking him off on the first play. The Aggies were outgained 371-263, and it was not pretty, but they made plays late, and Daniel LaCamera hit 4 field goals, including the game winner from 32 yards out with only 59 seconds left in the game. After forcing a 3-and-out from A&M to open the game, Florida's offense looked good on its first drive. Franks led the Gators on a 13-play, 63-yard drive, but the team had to settle for a 29-yard field goal from Eddy Pineiro. Toward the end of the first quarter, A&M tied things up after a 30-yard reception by Damian Ratley put A&M in field goal position and LaCamera connected from 46 yards out. Florida was driving again on its next drive before senior safety Armani Watts intercepted Franks in the end zone. However, on the very next play, Mond was picked off himself by Gwyn Taylor. With Florida in the 2-minute drill before the half, the Gators eventually scored the game's first touchdown. Malik Davis and Franks both had long runs before Florida was gifted an extra down as the Aggies stopped the Gators on 4th and 1. However, the refs blew a whistle just before the end of the play. Lamical Perrine converted on the second try and then, one play later, scored from 15 yards out to put the Gators up 10-3 going into the half. After A&M forced a 3-and-out of its own to start the second half, the Aggies saw Mond hit Cameron Buckley for 33 yards and then run for 18 yards himself to put the team in the red zone. He eventually scored from 9 yards out to tie the game at 10-10 early in the third quarter. After the teams traded possessions, A&M had Franks seemingly bottled up in the backfield before the redshirt freshman broke off a 79-yard run. Then, on the first play of the fourth quarter, wide receiver Dre Massey took a jet sweep in for a 6-yard touchdown to give the Gators the lead back, 17-10. A&M cut the lead to 17-13 on the next drive as the Aggies made it to the red zone after Mond hit Christian Kirk for 40 yards. The drive stalled after a penalty and a sack, and A&M had to settle for a 43-yard LaCamera field goal to make it a 17-13 contest. After forcing another 3-and-out, A&M's offense came on the field and Mond found Ratley for 42 yards. On 3rd and 10, the quarterback kept it himself for 11 yards down to the 11. However, the Aggies had to again settle for a field goal with LaCamera good from 28 yards out to cut the lead to 17-16.